Okay. Can anybody name the first compound?
Sodium.
Compound, not element.
Oh.
NaOH.
I was looking at the other problem.
What's Na stand for? Sodium. What does OH stand for?
Hydroxide.
Yep, so it's called
Nitrogen hydroxide.
sodium hydroxide.
Whatever.
How about the second compound?
Calcium.
Calcium
Bromide.
Bromide.
Pretty good method for writing them out, like the ones and the twos. Makes it a lot easier.
Okay, so you should have first started with counting, right? That's what you guys did? Okay, so I'm going to list my elements: sodium, oxygen, hydrogen, calcium, and bromine. I'm going to do it on both sides. I'm going to do it in the same order because it's easier to compare back and forth that way. So how many sodium? 1. How many oxygen? Hydrogen? Calcium? Bromine? 2. Good. Okay, over here in the product side, sodium? 1. Oxygen? 2. Hydrogen? 2. Calcium? 1. And bromine? Good. So we should notice the first thing that is unbalanced are the oxygens and the hydrogens. So I need to find the oxygen and hydrogen on my reactive side and make it so that it is balanced. So how do I do that? Add the 2 in front, so just like in algebra, you distribute it to everything. So now I'm changing sodium to 2, oxygen to 2, hydrogen to 2. I come over here, my sodium is now not balanced. It needs to be 2, so where do I put another 2? Yep, in front of there. So I have 2 sodium, 2 bromine, oh I must have missed it.
We're balanced.
So everything is balanced. The blanks, you can put 1 if you want, it's not necessary. Okay? Alright, go to the worksheet from today that you're supposed to pick up. Okay, the first thing that we do of all of these is do our counting. What?
Are we done?
Yep. So we list our elements: sodium, nitrogen, oxygen, lead. Sodium, nitrogen, oxygen, lead. Okay, now we need to count. On the reactant side, how many sodium? Nitrogen? Oxygen? 4. Lead? 1. Okay, over on the product side, sodium? 2. Nitrogen? 2. Oxygen? 7. 2 times 3 is 6, plus there's 1 over here. Okay, lead? 1. Good. Okay, now we need to start balancing. I'm going to start by looking at the sodium. And I notice I have 1 on this side, 2 on that side. Nitrogen 1 and 2, so those aren't balanced. Oxygen is 4 and 7. It's not balanced. Lead is the only one that is really balanced. So if all possible, I want to try to avoid lead, but in this case, to get the oxygen balance, I'm probably going to have to change that. Now, where do we start? To know where we start, we want to look at the elements that have odd numbers. So for example, I have 4 oxygen and 7 oxygen on this side. So we have the odd 7. I want to somehow make it an even number that I can easily transfer 4 into. Okay? So let's think, I have 3 oxygen here and 1 there, so they're split, so the oxygen aren't all together. I have 6 here and 1 there. Again, they're split. So the first thing we need to work with is oxygen. Any suggestions?
On which side?
What?
On which side?
Either side.
Like I'm thinking a 2 on the end, on the right side.
On this side?
Yeah.
Okay, if we do that, make sure you guys are doing this in pencil. There might be a lot of erasing. Do you have that
Yeah, 2 on the left side.
on the first compound? Okay, we'll try your method first and see what happens. Okay? When I do that, I'm increasing my sodium to 4 and oxygen to 8. Over here, is there any way that I can get 8 oxygen? I have 3 there and 1 there. No,
Hard.
it's gonna be much harder. So your method is not going to work.
Junk.
Yeah, jump it. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to my original numbers. So let's try Audrey's method. Did you say a 2 over here? Okay, let's add a 2 right there. So if you look, it's also gonna balance my sodiums. So now I have 2 sodium. Looky, I have 2 nitrogen. And I have 2 times 3, oxygen is 6, plus 1 is 7. Oh my, just by adding that, they're all balanced now. Yay! So these, again, you can put a 1, or you can leave them blank, either or. Good job. You guys must have watched the podcast.
So what would the very back be 1, 2?
Yep, since we didn't put, you don't have to put anything in there, or you can put a 1. Alright, number 2. Silver, iodine, iron, carbon, oxygen. Remember, every capital letter is a new element. Oops, I'm gonna put it in the same order. Alright, on the left-hand side, how many silver?
1.
Iodine, iron, carbon, 3,
9.
oxygen,
Roxy.
okay? Over on the right side, silver,
2.
iodine, iron, carbon, oxygen. Okay. So, couple things. If we look at find an odd number, I have 3 iodine here and only 1 there, and they're both located in one location. If I go to my bigger numbers, oxygen is 9 on this side and is 3 over here. Oxygen, there's only one place that it's found on both sides. So I can easily go from a 3 to a 9 by multiplying by 3. So I'm going to put a 3 out in front. That gets distributed to everything. So my silver changes to 6. My carbon changes to 3. And my oxygen to 9. Okay, my oxygen is balanced. My carbon is balanced. So now I need to work with my first 3. I've already changed the silver in this to 6. So how do I get a 6 over here on the left side with my reactants? Multiply by 6. Yep, so I have to put it in front of that compound. So now I change my silver to 6. My iodine goes to 6. Come back over on the right hand side. My iodine is 3. Can I change it?
2.
Multiply by 2. So that makes my iron 2 and my iodine 6. And if you look, Check, 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 check. We are balanced.
It's like confusing at some point.
Yeah. All right. Number 3. Why don't you guys try this one on your own? What happens when you have stuff? None of them do. I shouldn't think so. Your son did his work. Alright, I put the counts up here so you can check your counts. We have 2 carbon on the left side, 4 hydrogen, 4 oxygen. On the product side, I have 1 carbon, 2 hydrogen, 3 oxygen. I'm going to work with the hydrogen because the hydrogen is only located in one spot on each side. So I can easily go from a 2 to a 4 by multiplying by 2. So that changes my hydrogen to 4. It also changes my oxygen to 4. So I have 2 there, and then 2 more here, making a total of 4. So if you look, your hydrogen and your oxygen are balanced. Carbon is not. The only way that we can change carbon is if we put a 2 in front here. So now it changes my carbon to 2, but it's also changing my oxygen again. 2 times 2 is 4. Plus an additional 2 here is 6. So I have to go over to my reactant side and figure out how I can get my oxygen balance. I have 2 here, and if I put a coefficient in front, I'm going to be changing everything again. So I'm going to see if I can work with this. I need something minus 2 to give me my 6. So if I put a 2 here, 2 times 2 is 4, plus 2 is my 6. How do we do? Good. Okay, try number 4.
For oxygen, will we just add them up?
Yep, when they're located in 2 spots like this one, you add the subscripts. You notice if you did your counts right, it's already balanced. Everybody see that?
Yep.
Okay. So again, you can put the ones in front, but they are not needed. number 5. Okay. We should see right away that our oxygen and sulfur are not balanced. So I am going to start working with the oxygen. It is located in one compound on each side. I can easily go from a 1 to a 5 by multiplying by 5. So that changes the calcium to 5 and also the oxygen to 5. Okay, now that I changed the calcium, I have to come back over to the left-hand side and make it 5 as well by multiplying by 5. So that changes the calcium to 5 and the sulfur to 5. So now if you look, I am balanced. Good? Okay, backside.
For NO, would that make it 4 since there's 2 on inside NO?
Remember that it's 2 individual compounds. The 2 goes to the N, the 2 goes to the O.
I thought.
Every capital letter is a new element. If you guys did your counts right, you should notice it is balanced. Okay, move on, number 7. Alright, number 7, we should see that the silver and the bromine are the only ones that are not balanced. I have 3 on my product side for both of them. So luckily they are together on the reactant side, so if I put a 3 out in front, I can change both of them to 3 and the rest of it gets balanced. You guys doing good? Awesome. Alright, I'm gonna have you guys do 8, 9, and 10 for homework. I'm only going to be spending a few days on this. I want to move on to your final projects on Wednesday of next week because that would give us 1 week to prepare before your exams. I know it's almost over. So I'm looking to have a mini quiz on Wednesday over these, probably 5 problems. On Monday, we are going to do a review game where you guys are going to have strips. You'll be partnered up with the person next to you and you'll have to complete it, come up and see if it's correct, and get through 10 problems in class. If I think you guys are ready, I'll have you guys take the quiz on Tuesday. Or if you think you're ready, you can take it on Tuesday, and Wednesday you can start your project. So that'll be up to you guys and see how well we understand. Obviously those people out in the hallway probably aren't going to get it. So, okay? All right.